host of The Writer's Voice, and my guest today is Alan Wier. How are you, Alan?
I'm well, thank you, Linda.
Alan is a writer of literary fiction, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what he does shortly. He's going to also share with us his most recent book. Alan, why don't you tell us about some of the things you've written in the past?
My first book is a novel called Blanco, which is set in a small hill country town in Texas of the same name. And the same day, I published a collection of stories called Things About to Disappear.
Yeah.
Then a few years later, in '83, I published a novel with an editor at Simon & Schuster named Jonathan Coleman, who was very kind to me. Then I published a novel called A Place for Outlaws with HarperCollins. And Ted Solotoroff was my editor, the late Ted Solotoroff, who is sort of legendary for the number of writers that he had gone out and found and published. Well, I started this massive manuscript that I spent the next 12 years on.
Oh my goodness, 12 years?
Just about doing research and writing. It's a novel called Tejano, which is the Comanche word for Texan. As I got into this, the list of characters grew, and research can be seductive. You learn stuff.
And the history is so interesting, isn't it? And the stuff that you thought you knew, but you find you didn't, and the stuff you didn't know, right?
Exactly. I had, for example, imagined describing this wise old Comanche chieftain with a long feather headdress. And the first thing I learned was Comanches didn't have chiefs in the sense that other tribes did. But at least I thought I can describe that feather headdress. And then I learned, no, they didn't wear feather headdresses until much later when they saw other Plains tribes wearing them and went home and made their own knockoff versions.
Well, and I think a lot of people, when they write fiction, they think, well, because it's fiction, I can do whatever they want. If you're going by what you see on TV, that's not a good thing either.
Well, and this was the first time I had written a period piece. I think the difference between an historical novel and a period piece is that in the historical novel, your characters would be known historical figures like Abraham Lincoln. And
obviously, you research, but do you have a particular way that you go about research?
Well, I don't think research is as important in everything I write as it was in that one novel, because it was, set in a particular time and place.
Now, you have a copy of your most recent book there. I'd like you to hold that up because of the wonderful cover.
Yeah, my wife, Donnie, is a painter, and she did a pastel painting that they used for the cover of the book. The book is called Late Night, Early Morning. And I tell people, please judge this book by the cover.
Well, thanks so much, Alan. It's been great chatting with you. Folks, you can find Alan on his website at alanwirfiction.com. Is that right?
That's right, I think.
alanwirfiction.com. Thanks again so much for visiting with me. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, Linda. I enjoyed visiting.